More than $40 billion have flowed into equity ETFs since the election. Not according to Lipper data. Could this be a sign, though, that stocks may be getting toward a peak with all the retail investors coming in? It's a good question. Let's get an answer. Welcome to Trading Nation. I'm Brian Sullivan. We've got Phil Streible of RJO Futures, Chad Morganlander of Stifel, Nicolaus. Chad, I hate to be so basic about it. I don't want to just say, if mom and pop are getting in, that's an automatic sign at the top. That's too easy, and it's often incorrect. But there's been a huge surge into the equity markets at the expense of bonds largely. What's your take on the overall health of the market?
So the overall health is an A+. What you have happening here is you have analysts and strategists lifting their growth forecasts, their earnings forecasts for 2017 and 2018. What you're bumping up against, though, is valuation. Our forward-looking valuation is roughly, on a P multiple basis, 17 times. As a group, what we did was we lifted our long-term forecast for the S&P 500 from 5 to 6% to more along the lines of 7 to 8% for a total return. So we're a little bit more optimistic on the equity markets at this point, and that's based off of fiscal stimulus as well as earnings growth that's going to come from the S&P 500 earnings side.
Okay, so Phil, Chad does not fear this influx of cash. He is optimistic. Are you? Do you fear it?
Yeah, not necessarily. I think that, a lot of this is built around when you start looking at ETFs, they start looking at basic materials, basic building supplies, things like copper and lead and, other materials like steel. Those are some of the ETFs that we track here. And when you see infrastructure spending being promoted, you also see tax cuts on businesses, you're going to see that expansion across the board here, and that flow of funds is going to happen. It did come at the cost of the bond market, like you said, and also a lot of foreign currencies and some underperforming countries out there. So it was a reallocation of funds, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a continuation back to the upside.
All right, so two fairly optimistic views there from both Phil and Chad. I know a lot of the folks that have entered this market in the last 30 days are going to be happy to hear that, because there has been a lot of money that's come in. Chad and Phil, thank you both very much. And folks, thank you for tuning in to Trading Nation. I'm Brian Sullivan. We'll see you next time.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.